how to find the inner strength, the motivation, the drive to just believe in what you're doing and actually put in the work to get better. It's a fight. It's exhausting. Just always having to fight all the time and be positive and try to hold it together and be there for your family and go to the gym and eat healthy and try to financially support it all and not lose your house. I mean, it's a lot, whenever you're fighting to get better. Sorry, bad internet. Who also have some mobility challenges. But there's all kinds of disability or just challenges that we all have in our life. It doesn't have to just be a physical thing or a health thing. It could be a relationship thing, a financial thing, a mental health thing, which can be very disabling and invisible. So that makes it an added, challenge because no one can see it. So this one time when I was paralyzed from the neck down in the hospital, I love saying that. There was a night, I remember it pretty well. I'm lucky. I don't know if lucky is the right word, but I really was really happy most of the time. And I didn't have a lot of the challenges with motivation that a lot of people have. And I'll get to that in a second, why that is. So this particular night, I was sitting there paralyzed from the neck down in the hospital. And I had started improving at this point. So I did have that advantage as far as hope goes. But I declined for 12 months. It's not like I was only, bad for a month. I mean, it was 12 months of declining and trying as hard as I could. This particular night in the hospital, it was one of those times where I'd done everything, been doing everything right, all the things you're supposed to do. And, I believed with my whole heart that I would make a thriving recovery. And I just knew it. But this night, I was like, wait, have I done such a good job with my support system around me and choosing my doctors and nurses and therapists and friends that they feed into my complete denial that I'll never walk again? Like, am I in effing la la land right now? Am I the only one that can't see reality? Am I the only one that believes I'll get better? Am I the only one that hasn't picked up on the fact that hope is beautiful? And that hope really is one of those things that makes life worth fighting for and worth living. Like, I think everyone should always keep hope alive. It just makes life, more bright. But I'm just like, do I have false hope right now? Like, is this it for me? Am I just going to be in a wheelchair forever? And it was that moment of doubt. And I don't know if doubt is the right word as much as I love the concept that's been brought to me, my recent attention. And I'll be studying that. I'm studying all kinds of stuff. I'll be studying that next, but it's just like, you have to have hope and shoot for the stars and think anything can happen. But you also have to be totally accepting and okay of brutal reality at the same time. And those people are the happiest people. Those people are the strongest. Those people survive the most and make the most progress. Not the ones only in La La Land, and not the ones that are only focused on being realistic. And that's been brought to my attention, and it's brilliant. And the more people I meet, and the more stories I hear, and the more things I see, and the more I reflect in my own life, the more truth I see to that. Even though it's a strange balance. So this is one of those nights where I was just like, am I just completely naive? Is this it? Is this my life? And it was shocking to think about. It was one of those slap in the face moments where I'm just like, brought down to earth. So this is what I did. And I think that this really snapped me out of that quickly, because I totally think it's okay to fall apart. And if you follow me, I think you've picked up on that. I think that's okay, even healthy even, to fall apart. It's part of healing and And that's just how life is, the destruction and deterioration and then rebirth and life, and it's like that. But if you stay down for a long time, the longer you stay down, the harder it is to climb back up, you know? So the way I was able to get myself out of that trough very quickly was I got on YouTube and I thought, okay, all I need to keep my hope alive, I don't care what statistics are. I don't care what other people think. What I need to know is that it's possible. What I need to know is what I want has been done before. And at times, I don't even need that. At times, I can be like, I'll be the first. I'm going to be in all the history books ever. But in this particular moment, I needed to know that it's possible. So I got on YouTube, and instead of finding all of the stories and the scary things that have happened with my diagnosis, I decided, no, I'm going to push those away, and I'm going to find the success stories. I'm going to find those thriving recoveries of people that have been in my situation or similar. And I did. I spent hours on YouTube crying, finding videos of just like amazing recoveries of people with my diagnosis or similar situations. And I thought, okay, I can do this. Like, I'm going to be one of them. This is possible. That's all I needed, was to know that it can happen and has happened before. And to be honest, I'm not one of them. I never made the kind of recovery that I saw that night. But that's neither here nor there. I saw that night what I needed to see to keep the fight in me alive, to keep the hope in me alive, so that I could go to bed that night smiling again and getting up ready again and happy again. Because it isn't achieving our goals or getting to where we're going that makes us happy. It's making progress and knowing that all of these amazing things are in our future, which is what brings me to my next thing, my next source of motivation and strength. And that's believing that you have a future, believing in a vision, seeing where you're going. If you don't know where you want to go, if you don't have a vision of who you want to be, then why would you be motivated to do anything? Like, you'd wake up in the mornings and just be like, well, I don't really know what to do today because I don't really know where I want to put my energy, because there's nothing I believe in enough to put my energy into to work towards. It's kind of like you wake up with like this nothing to do-ness. So the second thing is have a vision. Get excited about something. And you know what? If it seems completely unrealistic and like impossible, good. That means that you'll never get there. That means you'll never stop growing. That means you'll never stop inching towards a goal. You know, a lot of people get depressed once they get to their goal. They get to their goal and they're like, is this it? Like, I always thought when I got to this goal, I would be like, this is amazing. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I've achieved it and I don't need to do anything else in my life. And when you don't feel like you're like at the top of your game, you live every second in fear of falling down. It's like, it's a lot easier to know that you have more progress to make and that things are going to get even better. What a cool thing to know things are going to get even better. And when you're making progress each day towards something, then you can believe that things will get better. And I know a lot of people are here because things aren't getting better. I get it, you know? But what I would suggest in that case, because I'm one of those people in ways, there's goals I had where I wasn't getting towards them anymore. So I made some other goals. It doesn't mean I'm abandoning those goals, because sometimes we plateau. Sometimes we go backwards. I'm not giving up on those goals and those dreams. I just added some new ones so that I am having some progress each day. So I do have motivation and strength still, because I can see daily progress towards something else. And that's cool too. I guess that could be another sneak in. That wasn't gonna be one of my three things, but I guess that could sneak in too. is make sure you're going towards some goal. Yeah, so create vision, like have a vision, and you can get inspired by other people's stories like mine. Like traveling was a really big part of my healing, which is why I get excited about the retreats or throwing the retreats, because I want to show like why traveling was really healing to my heart and soul and my physical body. You know, it was a lot more fun to go do 22 days of yoga at an ashram meditation center on the beach in Mexico than like going to this like hospital room with yellow stains on the wall, working with therapists around some people that have lost their minds, you know, where I can't relate to them. Like that was my tribe and surroundings. You know, it's like you are who you surround yourself with kind of thing. So I was surrounding myself with all these like freaking Barbie, bendable Gumby people. I don't know if y'all know Gumby, that big green guy. Okay. Like all these people can like twist themselves in a pretzel. I was the worst one in the class, but it's like I'm immersing myself in where I want to go. So like that was cool. Like why go to physical therapy when you can go to yoga by a beach? It was awesome. And no, it wasn't expensive. It's really cheap. It was cheaper to do that yoga at a meditation center than to go to physical therapy here. Just saying, there's things you can do. A lot of people, okay, that's different video. Okay. So like, I'm excited to show how much travel was healing for me, but it's just like, get excited about your future. Like and that's what brings me to the number 3 is my third thing of how to find strength and motivation. It's like, I made the goal when I was in a wheelchair for paralyzed from the neck down. I said, I want to love these years of my life just as much as before I was in a wheelchair. And I achieved that, and I'm proud of that. I'm more proud of that than anything else I've done in my recovery, was that I didn't focus on getting my life back. You know, I had vision and I had goals and all these amazing things. But if you can be happy in your life through the pain, then it makes your fight, your motivation a lot easier, because happy people work harder. And how to be happy through the pain, I mean, that's like a loaded question. And that's kind of the point of my page, because, you know, when people started asking me, Courtney, how do you stay so positive through the pain? Like, how can you find joy when like you've gone through so much loss? They're like, I'm going through loss that doesn't even compare to your loss, which I don't think we should compare our losses to other people, because there's still a loss. Like, they're still important and they still hurt, even if they're not as big as somebody else's, you know? But anyways, they're like, my loss doesn't feel as big as your loss, and I'm suffering more. And I didn't know how to answer that question for a long time. And I got asked it so often that I started taking notes in my phone. Every time I thought of a perspective or like a habit or some kind of mindset I had that helped me be happy in pain, that helped me feel joy where it was hard to find. And I'm up to like 128 different things, and it's still growing. So I guess there's just like a lot of things. So it's kind of like why one of the reasons I have this page is because I share a lot of that, because it's not a simple answer and it's not just one thing. So I'm sharing a lot of perspectives, because that's what it is. It's not like I have some kind of magic trick or secret knowledge. I mean, I guess some of it I don't think is like common thinking. Some of it's like opposite of common thinking. But they're things that I've learned because people asked me that, and I had to really dissect why was I okay? And a lot of people in my situation wouldn't have been. Like, why was I happy? And I've figured out a lot of answers to that, and I'm still uncovering them all the time. So anyways, that's like the stuff I share on here, because it's just it's like, if you can change your perspective, like if you can change the way you look at your life, you change your whole reality, without even having to change all your circumstances. Chronic pain sucks. I don't have the chronic pain like some people do, but I have other stuff that sucks. Like, and I'm not saying chronic pain is easy, but I'm just saying I'm sorry. But I'm just saying that it's possible to shift your perspective. And when it comes to pain, whether it's physical pain, mental pain, any kind of pain, the more that you can find joy and inner peace and happiness and calm and like reduce your stress levels, reduce your anger and your resentment and your frustrations in your life, like negative emotions, whether you want to be honest with this with yourself or pay attention to it, and whether or not you're ready to hear me say this or not, negative emotions are inflammatory to your body. Inflammation causes pain. Inflammation also causes some mental health issues. That's not my opinion. That's science. Even my uncle's a psychiatrist, and he's like, you know, they're finding out more and more a lot of mental health issues are related to inflammation in the brain. And autoimmune inflammation, cancer, inflammation. Like, inflammation is one of the biggest contributors to illness of all kinds, and also pain, chronic pain. There's an inflammatory issue there as well. So if you can find ways to detox inflammatory emotions out of your life, then you're going to reduce your pain. And that's, you know, I get a lot of people that reach out and they're like, how can I walk again? How can I get stronger? What exercises, what treatments? And you know what? That stuff, changing your diet, medication, exercises, that stuff is a lot easier to teach. It's not my passion, although I'm very educated on that stuff, but it doesn't get me excited. And the reason it doesn't get me excited is it did help me, but what helped me more in my recovery was detoxing emotions that shouldn't be there, detoxing stress in my life, detoxing what was causing my inflammation. And it wasn't a bag of Doritos that was causing me so much paralysis. It was other stuff. And when I got the other stuff out, I have never had a day of going backwards in my recovery. I don't have ups and downs of good days and bad days. I'm sure, I know some of that has to do with my condition versus others. I really hope, also if you follow my page, I don't feel like I tell you that it's simple or easy or you just do this and get this, because that's not how I feel. All I can do is share all these little perspective shifts that help me not have inflammatory emotions, and then just hope that you can apply them to your life. Not all of them. Every single thing I say doesn't mean it's going to be the right thing for your life. Okay? But that's the amazing things about being around wonderful people. Like, y'all are wonderful people for me. Y'all have been such an influential part of my recovery. You have no idea. You have no idea how much this Facebook page has helped me. It'll make me cry. You have no idea. Like, it has been very codependent. By helping other people heal, it's healed me in so many ways. As having this outlet to be open and share and have purpose, give purpose to my pain, has been a part of me being able to say, yeah, I was happy in a wheelchair because I had purpose for my pain. So thank you for following along. And then also thank you for everyone that's become a supporter. I know there's like that supporter button. It's a blue supporter button on my page. Thank you for everyone that's in my group. That also is helpful. And that little group is like where I will be putting like my more personal things that I don't feel comfortable talking about on a public page that can be like Googled or seen by everyone. And then also thank you so much to people who have supported by like sending out the invite to your friends. Like, I know you can click the invite friends button and invite people to like this page. That's been very cool. And I've gotten really good feedback from people that have said, oh, my friend so-and-so invited me to like your page. so glad they did. And I'm like, yes, I'm so glad they did too. And I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad all of y'all are here. Thank you for sharing this video and other videos and pictures and whatever. And thanks for all of the amazing conversations and comments. Like, a lot of the stuff I say, I don't even know that's how I feel until I've had a conversation with one of you guys, and you're able to help guide me to find the right words, to be able to share them, to influence and help your friends and my friends and everyone here. So really amazing people here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I really, really genuinely hope all of the most amazing things, and I hope all of your hopes and dreams come true while you find a way to love your reality as well. All right, bye-bye.